This is a 7 chambers, the Cade Lightsaber Hilt. 7 Chambers is a United Kingdom-based custom saber company. So the Cade, this is kind of inspired by Cade Skywalker from Star Wars Legends. So it's a descendant of Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker, kind of far into the future, and it's uncertain exactly how many generations later this character is supposed to be. But, you know, even so much later, at least with this lightsaber here, we can see kind of the influence of the Graflix lightsaber, the historic kind of Skywalker lightsaber. The grip section certainly looks pretty similar, and just the overall kind of profile silhouette of the lightsaber looks a bit like the Graflix lightsaber, but, you know, there are noticeable differences too, and it's sort of a more minimalistic version of the lightsaber, a little more practical, arguably, because it doesn't have things kind of sticking out of it quite as much. But anyway, let's kind of take a bit of a closer look. So here is the overall lightsaber hilt. It is a bit of a long lightsaber hilt, and it's also not, you know, super wide in diameter. So moving to the top, we have a slanted emitter, and you can see kind of how thick the metal is too for the hilt, so that's kind of nice. We have this section here, this kind of decorative piece that, you know, again is kind of probably a nod to some of the extra stuff that is coming out of a Graflix lightsaber. We have 2 retention screws right here, so that's always nice to have those. And then we have a few grooves near the top of the lightsaber, and you can see this is sort of a brushed finish to the hilt. Then moving down, here's kind of where you would have an activation box on a Graflix lightsaber, and we don't have that here, but that kind of makes it a little easier to grip, and it just keeps the profile a bit more smooth and minimalistic. Now, I do like the grip section, so the grip section is probably kind of the strongest nod to the Skywalker lightsaber, because it has these sort of T-track grips, but they're a lot thinner, and they kind of have this very long feel to them. So these kind of clean, long black lines, we get those in the grip section. And there are 6 grips total, and they're made out of plastic. And then finally, at the bottom, we have this pommel. It is vented, and there's a hole on the bottom too, so you could add a ring here, or you could add some type of tassel or something else if you wanted to as well. And also above the grip section, we have a few holes, and you could use those to install some tactile switches if you wanted to install this lightsaber. So that's most of it. Final thing I'll do is just kind of disassemble this lightsaber. So one nice feature of it is this hilt is comprised of 3 parts. So we have the pommel. I'll just take the pommel off. And then this entire grip section is also removable. So we kind of have the hilt divided into the upper body and the lower body and the pommel. So, you know, that makes it a little bit easier if you're wanting to do an install with this lightsaber. But this has just been a bit of a look at the 7 chambers, the Cade lightsaber hilt. It's a Cade Skywalker inspired design.